Okay. So let's do the experimental probability. So we have experimental probability. We actually are going to have an experiment that was run. So let's see what I mean. In part B, it says you roll a standard six-sided cube. A standard six-sided number cube is just a dice. And we roll it 10 times. And here's the results. When I roll it 10 times, I get all of these things. All those numbers happened. So I actually ran an experiment and I wanted to see if I roll the dice 10 times, how many times do I get each number? So this is experimental probability. This is raw data. I had this data. So out of my trials, how many times did I roll a 5? So let's see. My total, I always start with my total. My total is 10. I did it 10 times. How many times out of those did I get a 5? 1 time. So the probability that I get a 5 is 1 out of 10. All right, so this world isn't a perfect world so far. Let's see. The probability that I roll a 6. Well, remember the total, there's 10 total. And the probability that I get a 6 out of it is 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 out of 10. I had a total of 10. I have a total of 10 and 4 of them were 6. 4 out of 10 is not simplified, so I need to make sure that I do so. 4 out of 10 reduces down to 2/5. So make sure you get that. All right, let's look here and see the probability of rolling an even number. The probability of rolling an even number, again, my total is still going to be 10. And out of those 10, the number of even ones I have will even. So there are 8 even numbers here. I want an even number, which I have 8 options out of 10 total options. 8 out of 10 will simplify to 4 over 5. And then I'm going to skip the multiples one just because it requires a little bit more explanation. And we'll talk about that a lot in class, so you're not going to miss anything. But actually, and just in case, the rolling of a multiple of 3, multiples are everything that 3 goes into. So it's the answer to the questions 3 times 1, 3 times 2, 3 times 3. It's everything 3 goes into. So it's the answer to these questions. So 3, 6, 9, those are all multiples of 3. And so I would see how many 3s and 6s I have here. All right, but let's go on to the next page. The next page, page 6, is the last page we're going to do. And you should notice you have a big space here. So let's read what it says. You roll 2 standard number cubes. That means you're rolling 2 dice now. Draw a diagram that represents all the possible sums. I am not going to make you draw this. If life was normal and you guys were here, I would have you guys draw it, but I'm going to save you some time. There are 36 options that I usually make you draw them all out. I'm not going to make you do that. So write yourself a note that you're going to look at your resource sheet. Resource sheet. Write yourself a note to look at your resource sheet. And so on Teams, if you go to our KC4 folder, you will see a dice and cards resource sheet. And you're going to want to have this open. You can use this on your test or your quiz in your homework. That is fine. You do not need to copy this down anywhere. I suggest that you don't. But you want to know how to use this. So please make sure you know how to use it. And I'm going to explain right now. These are all the possible outcomes of what I get when I roll 2 dice together. I can get 1 and 1, I can get 1 and 2, I can get 2 and 1. It's all different. There are 36 options. And so I'm not going to make you memorize them by any means, but please know how to use this. So you're going to want to, I sent it out on Teams, so you want to have it open somewhere. Download it to your desktop. You can open it there. I'm going to open mine here so that I can go side by side. And let's see what I'm actually doing with this thing. I can use this resource sheet to find probabilities. So I want to use that resource sheet to find all of the ways I can get a sum of 4. And so you want to write yourself a note that sum means add. So I want to find all the ways that I can add up to 4. And I'm going to start a new video to start these problems. So please just watch this one last video.